Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Advance here, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And I always say, yo, I can't even wait to get into the show here today. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Usually when we produce shows in a given day, I usually shoot the shows in a particular order. This is the first time in a long time I'm shooting the show that I plan to shoot last first, because I'm like, I got way too many emotions for this one. We got to talk about it. So, as you guys know, people like myself and so many others have said that one of the reasons we don't rank LeBron so high is because of some of his antics. It's one of the reasons I removed him out of my top 5. I just can't deal with the antics, man. I cannot handle the antics. You saw the latest one at All-Star Weekend when he decided to not play and tell everybody at the last hour and essentially screw Norman Powell, whoever else would have had an opportunity to go and play. And I don't think people realize just how much of a grimy ass move that was, because look, Norman Powell had the opportunity to be a first-time All-Star, okay? And if you know anything about these contracts, these NBA contracts, when you're renegotiating, the more accolades you get in a particular period of time helps you negotiate even more money. LeBron knew damn well that by holding out that spot from Norman Powell, he was going to screw up his money, and he just didn't care. He did not care. He didn't give a damn. So much for helping out the brothers and standing with the brothers. LeBron, that's what LeBron fans like to tell me. Oh, why don't you support this black man? Why don't you support this black man? Huh? Support the black man. What happened to the black man over there? I guess he didn't matter I guess he didn't matter no way, kind of how, right? So you got that going on. We produced this show yesterday. Let me be as explicit as I can for the people that are trying to change the narrative or act like I'm saying something and I'm not. I think Luka is a hell of a basketball player. I think he's the Lakers' best player. I never hated Luka at any point in time. Even when he was beating the Clippers and putting up 50, whatever the hell he was put, I never was a hater of Luka. So let me just state that from the onset. I also said when the trade went down that I am this close to rooting for the Lakers, but I just can't do it because LeBron is there. I never said I hate Luka. I never had an issue with Luka. But what I noticed was that some of LeBron's foot soldiers have been trying to turn the attention towards Luka. They've been producing videos and articles. Luka this, wait. And I'm like, hold on a second. Are they trying to turn Luka Doncic, you know, the guy that just got to the finals, the top 3 player in the NBA when he's healthy? Are they trying to turn him into the scapegoat for LeBron? I'm like, and some people are like, no, that's not what's happening. I'm like, no, that's what's happening. So what happened? I was setting up to shoot, so I had ESPN playing in the background on my computer. And I was listening to a segment on, this is Get Up, featuring Harry Douglas, Monica McNutt, Alan Hann, and Brian Custer. And as I'm listening to them, they're talking about a segment which is called, is it LeBron James or Luka's team? So I'm just listening to it in the background as I'm setting up to shoot. And next thing you know, towards the end, he goes, and the reality is, if things go wrong for the Lakers, we're going to blame Luka. But if things go right for LeBron, go right for the Lakers, we're going to praise LeBron. And I said to myself, these people don't even hide it no more. They're actually admitting what they're going to do, regardless of what happens. And I'm like, nah, we got to produce a show about this. So what we want to do is we're going to play this sound for you guys right now. And then we're going to come back and give you guys our thoughts. Take a listen to what these people had to say on ESPN.
So I guess the question is, who should be the alpha on this team right now?
Again, LeBron's the alpha. If you say something like that in the huddle to a player, that's you letting him know, letting Luka know, go ahead and be you. I'm allowing it. So that's what an alpha does. This is my team, but I'm allowing you to play your way. He will control. This is his ecosystem, and Luka has to figure out how he can play within it.
Who do you think should be the alpha?
We're going to make ourselves sick with this conversation.
Yeah.
Look, I think this is absolutely fluid, right? Sure, in leadership and established tenure, it's LeBron James. But on a night-to-night basis, obviously the future of this thing is about Luka Doncic. So it just really depends on what you're talking about. The leadership, organizational element of this, or who's going to be taking the lead as far as hooping. I think LeBron James is going to lean into the facilitating side of his game, and he's been fantastic at that. Luka, to me, moving forward, is probably going to be the alpha, but it will alternate for
Two
sure.
of the highest usage players in NBA history. So they're both used to having the basketball in their hands and running it. Now, what they can learn from is what happened in Dallas last year. Kyrie gets there. Kyrie also a high usage player. So the two of them figured out how to work. And a lot of times you'll stagger. Luka will be on the floor, LeBron not, giving him rest. And then Luka can be obviously the main piece out there. But when it's LeBron's team, when he's on the team, it's still his team. And he will decide whether or not Luka, is the man or not in certain situations. But one thing you have to keep in mind, if you're Luka Doncic, pressure's on. Because when things go well, it's LeBron James. When things don't go well, it's on you.
Okay, so what do you think LeBron has to do to make this thing successful?
Y'all heard what that guy just said? Did you hear what he just said? He just said on ESPN, because they're the ones that do this nonsense, that if the Lakers fail, they will blame Luka. But if they win, they will praise LeBron. What have we been saying for years now? We just did a show about this. Was it yesterday or the day before that? I said I'm sick of all of these different things that go on with LeBron, and one of them is how his teammates always get. Do you realize that of all of the greatest players of all time, do you know that LeBron is the only one that you get to blame the role players if he doesn't succeed? Do you realize that you get to go away and blame the role players? I'm thinking back to Kobe when Shaq left. Who were the role players that they were blaming because Kobe wasn't failing? They were blaming him, weren't they? Kobe isn't good enough. Kobe needed Shaq. I didn't hear nobody blaming Lamar Odom or blaming Derek Fisher, whoever the hell he had at the time. They were blaming him. Same thing with Jordan. When Jordan didn't get it done, who were they blaming? Jordan. But when it comes to LeBron, it's never him. It's always somebody else, either a role player, a coach, or somebody else. And now ESPN, which is the LeBron James network, have already admitted that they're going to blame Luka. And the thing that made me begin to think about this was they keep talking about weight, conditioning. I'm like, what's all of this weight and conditioning talk? And I'm like, oh, they're trying to figure out what the narrative will be. And the narrative now is going to be Luka's weight. That's what they're going to do. And if this is what the media is planning on doing, this is what I think Luka should do. I think Luka, because Luka doesn't have a long-term contract with the Lakers, I think Luka at the end of the year should walk and go play with Denver and leave LA. If this is what they're going to do, I think Luka should leave the Lakers. You heard me right. They should leave the Lakers and let LeBron stay. Let him stay. Since he's the GOAT, let him win. Let him do it. Because if this is what they're going to do to Luka to cover for LeBron, then let Luka walk. That's what needs to happen. Let Luka go play with Nikola Jokic and lock down the NBA for the next 7 years. Let them go on and win 6 championships or 4 championships together or 3 championships together, and let that be that. And let that be that. That's what needs to happen. If they're going to try to make Luka the scapegoat and start blaming him to save LeBron, because he always needs to be saved. Always. There must always be an excuse. Always somebody to blame. Luka hasn't even been in LA for 1 month and they already finding ways to blame him. So if that's what they're going to do, Luka, you need to get your ass up out of there. You need to get your beer drinking ass up out of there and go down there or go over there to Denver. Go over there to Denver. Since you and Nikola Jokic is cool, go play with him. And if they don't win, they'll say, oh man, the Nuggets didn't get it done. But if you stay in LA, just watch. Luka is the next scapegoat. And I already see his foot soldiers all over the internet producing videos about Luka. That's what they're doing. They're getting ready for that. The new one is Luka's conditioning. Luka, with that same body, went to the finals. Where was LeBron with his 6-pack last year? Since y'all want to make it about conditioning. Where was he at? His ass was at home, watching Luka in the finals. I already see the game that they on. And if LeBron fans feel a type of way, or Winnie the Pooh and them feel a type of way about me calling this out, I don't give a you know what. Because we know y'all ain't going to do it. We already know y'all ain't gonna do it. Y'all too busy trying to grab you know what. And I'm out.